fee.
Get a live picture of the Indianapolis Police Motorcycle Drill Team. That can do only one thing. It's time for the beginning Grand Floral Parade as part of the annual Blossomtime Festival in St. Joe and Benton Harbor. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Terry McFadden, and joining me is Tiffany Tucker, our Berrien County News Center Bureau Chief. And Tiffany, this is a first for both of us.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And we certainly can't complain about the rain or anything else in the skies.
No complaint for me. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It's been beautiful all week, and I'm told it hasn't been this beautiful in years, Terry.
Absolutely, and we are just very blessed with the weather. And the crowd out here, unbelievable. You know, Tiffany, they get about 250,000 people showing up for the festival, which is a week-long festival, the Blossomtime Festival. And I'd say the lion's share of that 250,000 are probably on the streets right now.
Oh, they are.
And they really, really enjoy this motorcycle drill team, and it's always a thrill. They've been doing this for years.
Yes, and the leading Grand Floral Parade through the host cities of St. Joseph and Benton Harbor for the 36th year is this 18-member drill team. In fact, the team was formed in 1954 and has a long string of national championships as well as many other honors, and they're led by Lieutenant James Taylor. The team is made up of seasoned police officers. They all wear regulation section uniforms of the traffic branch, and their motorcycle officers riding on Harley Davidsons are the regular working equipment of the department. The financial support for the team is provided by Drill Team Associates, an association of business people.
That's right, and team members practice for and attend all the functions on their own time. That's vacation right there, Tiffany. And Bob Ramsey and the Credit Bureau of Benton Harbor and St. Joe are the proud sponsors of the leader of the 1998 Grand Floral Parade. And Tiffany, I want to mention the fact, since we were just a little tight on time, we want to show folks the motorcycle drill team that our Chuck Freebie is going to be, well, usually he's courtside, but he's street side today.
He's going to
he's going to give us an insight at all the wonderful activities here at the Grand Floral Blossom Parade. Yep.
And look at all the crowd. Look at the people. The people were out here early this morning trying to get a good seat. People had blankets out. They had their seats out trying to get a good glimpse of the parade.
Now, Tiffany, you covered this story basically all week. What was the rule about getting out here and getting your blankets down?
Well, the rule was it wasn't until 7 a.m. Michigan time that people could put their blankets out and their chairs out. That's because I guess in the past years people were doing it a few days in advance. So we're definitely trying to get a good seat, but they get here at plenty enough time this year.
Okay, this is the traditional salute by the motorcycle drill team. And just listen to the applause. There it is, folks, the traditional salute. That's what you call spit and polished, isn't it?
Oh,
those
definitely.
guys are razor sharp, man.
I wonder how much time it takes for them to learn all these fancy skills.
I don't know. I would think that the guys who are in this probably started riding motorcycles at a fairly young age, probably in the teen years.
You can barely get me on a motorbike, let alone a motorcycle.
All right. Look at that.
Well, right now we're going to go out to Chuck Freebie. He's out there. Chuck, what's up out there?
Thank you, Terry and Tiffany. Here at the Blossomtime Parade, it is a perfect day, but it's made even more perfect by the two major corporate sponsors we have, Whirlpool and Sears Grand Central. And with me from Whirlpool is Carol Seisner. And Carol, Whirlpool seems to be involved with the Blossomtime Parade, well, maybe not since the inception, but for a long time.
Darn close, like we like to say, we're proud of this area's past and planning to be part of its future. We used to do floats. Now we just sponsor, oh gosh, more than I can think, but about the mid-1980s.
And yet still a lot of your employees help out, folks help out at the parade, and it's not forced volunteerism. They seem to get excited about it.
They do, in fact, and they did even when we built floats. That was all volunteerism, too. That wasn't built by the company. That was built by the people who cared about Blossomtime. And this goes out for people who want to help along the parade route or in any way that Blossomtime needs help, and people come forth and volunteer.
Carol, thanks a lot. Where can you find those Whirlpool washers? And be at Sears Grand Central. That's where Valerie Pakowitz is from. And Valerie, Sears is such a huge company. Why get involved in a nice small-town parade like this?
We like to get involved with the community. We also put on a fashion show that we have all the Blossomtime queens in, and that was on last weekend.
And that's a huge success as well. I know you had a big turnout.
Yes, we did.
Talk about some of the other things that Sears employees do. Do you get involved with volunteers in the parade as well?
Some of them do. We did collect food for the needy this past year too, and toy drives for the needy kids also.
So some major sponsorship from our friends at Whirlpool and Sears Brand Central. They're part of what is helping WNDU bring you live coverage of the 1999 Blossomtime Grand Floral Festival Parade. And our coverage continues right after this.
The 1999 Blossomtime Grand Floral Parade is brought to you by Big C Lumber. We're more than lumber with locations in Michigan and Indiana. Lunkers in Edwardsburg. Come and see the famous 6,000-gallon Lunquarium and their spacious new addition. And Value City Furniture. You just can't do it better.
Hi, I'm Mark Young. When it comes to quality windows and doors, the name Anderson is America's leader. Anderson windows and doors are solidly built and quality made. And Big C Lumber is Michiana's leading Anderson dealer. For example, buy a Builder Select PS6 patio from Anderson for just $495. This beauty keeps the elements out and lets all the light in. This particular Builder Select model is in stock at Big C Lumber. Get the best patio door at the best price. Anderson from Big C Lumber.
If you're looking to catch the big one this year, you need to shop at the big one. Lunkers in Edwardsburg, Michigan. Come enjoy a real outdoor experience indoors in Lunker's newly remodeled showroom, which is doubled in size. The area's largest hunting and fishing supplier, Lunkers provides you with huge savings you can't get anywhere else. Plus, if you haven't seen Lunker's 6,000-gallon aquarium, you haven't seen anything. This year, don't let the big one get away. Lunkers, Edwardsburg, Michigan.
Well, right now, making its way down the parade route is the Indianapolis 500 pace car.
Now, this is kind of an interesting story, Tiffany. Actually, the real pace car is a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The problem with the Monte Carlo is that it doesn't have a convertible top, so what the Indy 500 does for festivals and parades, they send their festival car, and that is a Z28 Camaro. A Camaro Z28. You know, to be honest with you, yeah, I'd rather have this 300-horse monster blowing my hair back than the Monte Carlo, because the Monte Carlo is a hardtop. But this is why we're seeing the Chevrolet Monte Carlo not here, why we're seeing the Z28. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. You know, Michigan is the home automobile, so I guess it's only appropriate that we have the pace car here.
And I wouldn't mind having that in my driveway or garage. It's a nice-looking vehicle.
And making sure that nobody tries to take off with that Camaro, or making sure that Camaro doesn't do any speeding, is a member of the Berrien County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Kimberly. His assistant, Doug Bach, always doing a great job making sure that the Camaro doesn't drive off and that everybody stays safe at this wonderful, wonderful event.
Well, Terry, coming up next is a sponsor banner that's carried by Tancria Coates and Kelly Eccles of Benton Harbor High School. They're the junior ROTC. And once again, as we told you earlier, the Whirlpool Corporation and Sears Brand Central are the generous sponsors of this very important Southwest Michigan event. The Blossomtime Festival on all of its 23 participating communities. Wow, they really to thank these community-spirited businesses for their continued support.
Yeah, we were talking about 300 horsepower. Now you're looking at what you call 1 horsepower. This is the Berrien County Sheriff's Posse. That's Captain Ray Bear and Quartermaster Stuart Thurlow. They lead the Sheriff's Posse. The mounted officers wear the traditional brown uniforms. And they have served as the official color guard for the Grand Floral Parade for many years now. The group also assists with crowd and traffic control at functions throughout the county, including many, many Blossomtime Festival events. They've been in existence since 1948. It's the oldest posse. Get this, the oldest posse in the state of Michigan. Again, Bob Kimberly, the sheriff, under his direction.
And they always come out here and show their support.
Right. And the kids, boy, that's the one thing about a parade. I know my kids, they love to see the horses. They love to see the police officers. It's like they're getting a double treat.
And I think the adults enjoy it as well, too, Terry.
And that is, I believe, oh, you know what that is? I think that's the cleanup cart, Tiffany. That follows the sheriff's posse. Yeah, I think we can cut away. Yeah, I think we got to cut away from that. But it's a necessary follow-up to the horses, so to speak.
Somebody has to clean it up.
That's right. Yeah, there we go. This is the Benton Harbor High School U.S. Army Junior ROTC. And speaking of spit and polish, look at those kids.
Oh, they are sharp. This is a 100-member unit. It's a Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps whose goal is to teach high school students to become better citizens through drill and leadership training. And Lieutenant Colonel Robert Mickelharty is the director. And they're a sharp group of kids.
Yeah, just listen to them do those drills. Boy, they've got the commands and the cadence down. You know, Tiffany, they often say that kids today don't have much discipline. You're looking at a phalanx of discipline right there. Some energetic, bright, intelligent, and kids we can be proud of.
They spent a lot of hours learning how to do all this. Time well spent.
What you're seeing right now is a drill team. Your ROTC programs really have expanded, not only in southwest lower Michigan, but just a few years back in the South Bend schools, they reinstituted the junior ROTC. And from every indication, Tiffany, it's just a great program. It really gets a lot of kids focused.
Kids need to be focused nowadays. Now we're seeing the Grand Marshal, Lieutenant Governor Dick Postmus.
Yes. He became state senator back in 1982, Tiffany, and he was the Senate Majority Leader in 1991. Well, and the rest, they say, is history. He became John Engler's running mate in 1998. In fact, they were good friends in college. They met at Michigan State on the campus of East Lansing. Dick Postmus establishing himself as a mover and shaker in the legislature in Lansing, and now he is the lieutenant governor of the state of Michigan. In fact, he and his wife and 3 children's home is just east of Grand Rapids in Kent County, which is a beautiful part of the state, not far from here. And, of course, the Blossomtime Festival, very proud to have Lieutenant Governor Dick Postmus visit our community. And we have the Benton Harbor High School Tiger Marching Band. All right.
Oh, these kids are great. I'm very proud. Troy Jones directs the Benton Harbor High School Tiger Marching Band. And just yesterday, I got a chance to watch them practice, and they are fabulous.
Get ready. I'm ready, Tiffany.
Oh, I'm definitely ready. I've been ready. As you can see, this band is a traditional favorite of parade goers, and they're just loving them. And by the way, Terry, Benton Harbor and Joseph High School take turns being first and last in the parade each year, since they are the host communities for the festival.
You call that diplomacy. Let's listen to this wonderful band.
And coming up here is Miss Blossomtime and her court.
Yes, Miss Blossomtime and her court taking center stage here during the Grand Floral Parade. The Blossomtime float, keeping in this year's theme, which is Say It With Music. Music here. The unit was designed and built by Blossomtime volunteers, held by Michael Clemens of UPA. It will visit approximately 20 communities and events throughout the summertime. You know, our Chuck Freeby, I think, is trying to get on a float here.
I believe I am with Miss Blossomtime right now. Katie Bugash of South Haven, when you were growing up as a little girl, could you have ever envisioned a day like this?
I couldn't. I dreamed about it, but I never thought it'd come true.
What's been the best part of being Miss Blossomtime?
Probably the experiences, getting to go to all the different communities and see what each one really stands for. I think that since we're so close together communities, but we don't really get to know what each one stands for in itself. So that's a really good experience to know.
Well, it's a tremendous day, a beautiful day for a beautiful young lady. There she is, your Blossomtime queen, Katie Bugash of South Haven. Terry and Tiffany, back to you.
All right, Chuck, very much. Thank you very much. And Tiffany, I think it is worth mentioning this is not just a beauty contest. During 1999, over $55,000 worth of scholarships and $93,000 gifts were given to the 350 participants in Miss Blossomtime Parade. The Southwest Michigan Regional Airport, in yet another community endeavor, generously supports this unit, the one that you just saw. And we also saw the parents of Bugash, Ron and Pepper Bugash. They are from South Haven, and who do we have here now, Tiffany?
Well, these are the proud parents of Miss Blossomtime. But actually, we're on to the mayors now. Mayor of our host communities, Mayor Pro Tem Dennis Socha, Joseph and Charles Rober of Benton Harbor, and Mayor Mary Goff is out of town. I understand she's in Washington, D.C. Is that right, Terry?
My understanding is she's working on an important project with Fred Upton. Congressman Fred Upton. She sends her regrets, but I'm sure she'll be back next year.
Now we're going to go up high up above in News Chopper 16. Wow, look at that view.
Very beautiful. You can just see the expanse of the crowd. You can just see how long this parade route is. I think we're getting an aerial shot of the Miss Benton Harbor and Harcourt float. Is that right?
And the parade route, Terry, is about approximately 2.3 miles. So these kids, these marching bands, really have to be in good shape to keep up with all this.
All right, and Miss Benton Harbor Committee has chosen Motown as the musical theme for the float. Miss Benton Harbor, Nikita Byers is running the Miss Blossomtime float today as Miss Congeniality.
And Cassandra Gibson, and second runner-up Cherry Crumble, and finalist Leslie Caldwell and Michelle Jones. Now, coming up is the president of Blossomtime.
That's right. It's Roger Ballard and his wife, Jackie. This is Roger's second year as president of the Blossomtime Festival Board of Directors. Other officers include immediate past president Doug Conran, first vice president Jerry Ryman, second vice president Brenda Lane, third vice president Heidi Roberson, secretary attorney Craig Rochow, and treasurer Andrew Schmidtman. And it's worth mentioning all those names because those folks do such a wonderful job. Here is another incredible float. Look at that. That must be the South Haven Queen float. That's the Showboat, isn't it, Tiff?
That's Showboat, definitely. And running on the float are the first runner-up, Cheryl Thornburg, second runner-up, and Miss Congeniality, Ashley Jeffers, Stephanie Henry, Miss Entrepreneur, and Little Miss and Mr. Blueberry, Lauren Kasecki, and Adam Leyendecker.
As the floats and units continue to make their way down Main Street here, they will go a couple of miles, right, Tiffany, to 5th Street in Benton Harbor.
That's correct.
All right. And what do we have here, Tiffany? We got some more horses.
That's right. The Berrien County, actually the Derbyshire Farms Equestrian Center is making its way down the parade route.
Yeah, Derbyshire Farms Equestrian Center, Stevensville, Michigan, the only facility in Berrien County which specializes in combined training. And combined training is a three-phase trial of message, cross-country jumping, and stadium jumping, which is one of the few equestrian competitions represented in the Olympics. Isn't that something else?
Now, right now, we're looking at the Lakeshore Middle School Marching Band.
Boy, they are good. Phil Huff directs 147-member band, led by drum majors Emily Slavichek and Amanda Slater. Their 30-member flag corps makes a bright addition to this excellent musical unit. The band won Division I ratings in six band and orchestra festivals, and they'll perform, listen to this, at Cedar Point. That's pretty big when you can go make it to Cedar Point. That's going to happen on June 5th of this year, of course. Let's listen in. I think all 147 members of this marching band are here. Wow.
It's a big group. Check out their hats.
Did you wear a hat like that to your prom, Tiffany?
Oh, Terry. Don't tell us my secrets on air, please. Actually, it's a winter formal.
And coming up next, wow, Miss Baroda, 1999, and her court.
She's making her way down the parade route. And here comes Boot Scootin' in Baroda, featuring a barn backed with animals. Right on this year's entry are Miss Baroda Amber Wall, first runner-up Amy Montgomery, and second runner-up Jenny Davis. Waving to the crowd.
And the tiara shining in the sunshine. Being pulled by what appears to be a John Deere tractor that floats. A lot of tractors. This is, of course, the fruit belt. And a lot of people may not realize that 1/3 of all the gross fruit sales in the state of Michigan come from the 13 southwest counties of Michigan. And if you don't think it has an effect on the economy, those gross annual sales total $1 billion. You heard me right, $1 billion.
That's a lot of money, Terry.
All right. Hey, I guess Chuck Freeby's found himself a new set of wheels.
Well, that's right, the Lakeshore Electric car with our team. This may hold down the fuel that we need for the Freebie minivan. And Adam Evans and Bill Bassoni are at the controls of this thing. How did you guys put this thing together?
We have a great welding teacher.
What was that?
We have a great welding teacher.
And what's his name?
Tom Kaczynski.
And he taught you how to do this. Now, how fast can this go?
In an hour, we've gone 39.2 miles.
So that's not bad. You're getting pretty decent speed, and actually, unless you're on the 31 bypass, you don't want to go that much faster than that. The question, Adam, do you have enough power to make it all the way through the parade?
Pretty sure we do.
Pretty sure. Fortunately, it looks like it might be pretty light if they needed to push it. We hope you have enough power to make it through the parade. The 99 Grand Floral Blossomtime Festival Parade continues right after this.
At Value City Furniture, you get 3 great ways to save on beautiful furniture for your living room. Buy a great-looking sofa and love seat for one low-value pack price. Add a coffee table and 2 matching end tables and save even more. Or get the ultimate in value with 2 designer lamps, all 3 tables, the sofa, and matching love seat. Value pack from Value City Furniture. The more you buy, the more you save.
Value City Furniture. You just can't do any better.
April showers bring Mayflowers, and Dussel's Farm Market and Greenhouse is where you'll find Mayflowers and other landscape supplies this spring. Dussel's full-service lawn and garden center has everything you'll need, from bulk mulch to hanging baskets to hard-to-find perennial, annual, and nursery stock. Or discover one of Dussel's beautiful water ponds. Plus, Dussel's is known for their locally grown fruits and vegetables. Visit Dussel's Farm Market and Greenhouses today, M60, Chessopolis.
Now the Le Mans Academy making their way down.
That's right. The 36-member marching unit is led by a 6-member flag corps and directed by Sean Gray, brother Sean Gray. They're all wearing the traditional military uniforms from the Academy. Of course, Le Mans Academy in Rolling Prairie, Indiana, home of some talk show host. What's her name? Oprah Winfrey.
Of course, Oprah Winfrey. How could we forget her?
And founded by the Congregation of Holy Cross, Le Mans Academy, one of the premier institutions anywhere in the Midwest. And look at this. We have the Michigan Apple Committee float here.
And of course, that means it's time to enjoy the sounds of spring. The trees are filled with joyful sounds of birds and return from their winter retreats. And in the last few days, we just saw those trees blossoming and spring is like America's Music Box, the theme of the float, entered by the Michigan Apple Committee, featuring music from nature's creations. And this vibrant color of the flowers, the plush green lawns, and the fragrant scents of apple blossoms. Ooh, that sounds good. Gives us an inner peace, Terry.
Yeah.
Now, Michigan allows you to enjoy nature's best tasting apple, and Michigan's flavor of best apple. Heidi Gravemeyer is the 1999 Michigan Apple Queen. In her court, first runner-up Stephanie Momber, second runner-up Katie Heffron, all wish you a carousel of melody as your year unfolds with musical treasures.
All right, that kid obviously is the apple her mother's up, I would imagine. No pun intended. There you're looking at a shot from News Chopper 16. A beautiful shot it is. I want to mention that pilot Rich Voigt is up there manning the controls along with photographer Ed Jackson. Rich Voigt, he's John Voigt's brother. The guy's going to be in that Noah's Ark thing. You don't believe me, do you?
No, I'm not believing that,
I don't
Terry.
blame you. I don't blame you.
Now here we have Michigan Lutheran Tight Marching Band. There are 35 members of this band from St. Joe. led by Joel Umbach and preceded by a 10-member flag corps. Let's take a listen.
Is there a movie coming out with this theme song? I think it's Star Wars, isn't it? Something like that. All right, and look at this. We have the Honorary Grand Marshal, Judith Jones, winner of the Margaret B. Upton Volunteer Leadership Award. And Chuck Freeby is with Judith right now. Go ahead, Chuck.
Well, Judith Jones is used to helping set up things for the Blossomtime Parade and other events around southwestern Michigan. You're not used to being in a parade. What does it mean to you to receive this award?
Well, I was just very moved and very grateful. I certainly, in all my volunteer work, don't do it for any rewards. I enjoy the people I work with, but it was certainly very grateful for it.
And obviously this community in southwestern Michigan means so much to you.
Very much. I've raised my children here and have lived here for about 35 years now.
Judith Jones, the winner of the Upton Volunteer Service Award. Terry and Tiffany, back to you.
All right.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you very much, Chuck. And this is a U.S. Air Force mini jet. I don't think this one's heading over for Operation Allied Force, but I bet the kids would like to take a ride in that one.
I'd like to take a ride in that. Forget the kids. Now we're looking at some antique tractors. These beauties, 1938, 1957 John Deere, are owned by Bob Price.
And again, we can't mention enough the basis for this festival is the fruit farmers in this area. In fact, Berrien County leads the state with the number of fruit farms and fruit acreage. I believe there are 530 fruit farms in Berrien County, more than any other county in the state, and the most acreage devoted fruit in Berrien County. And right here we have the River Valley Mustang Marching Band.
That's right, Terry. Tom Crowner and Robert Hay direct the Mustangs. Drum Major Sarah Kozel leads the 6-member flag corps. They're wearing black bodysuits and 72 musical marchers wearing navy and white cadet-style uniforms.
And, of course, the theme of this is Say It With Music, so let's listen to the music. And look what we have here. The Covert Junior ROTC. No, well, I'm sorry about that. This is actually the Covert Queen Committee. I'm sorry, Tiffany.
There we go. Covert is in the theme music. Spans the globe for today's entry, and the flow features a rotating center with 3 sections, Spanish, Oriental, and Caribbean. Musical notes lead to a rotating globe in the back of the unit. The tow unit is designed to look like a boombox.
And Tiffany, I think you covered some of these stories involving these floats. It takes an incredible amount of time and effort to really put these together.
Oh, yes, it takes a long time. Several weeks. Several weeks it takes.
And I believe we're going to hear from the Volunteer of the Year later on to talk about all that. And right here, now we have the Covert Junior ROTC unit directed by Lieutenant Colonel Michael Murray and consists of 40 cadets with 1 cadet battalion commander, the color guard, the cadet commander sergeant major, members of the drill team, and 2 companies. And look at these folks. They can move.
Oh, yes, they can, Terry.
It seems that everything involved in this parade, this festival, takes training, discipline, and a lot of practice.
Especially when you have to walk more than 2 miles.
Yeah. And what would a parade be without a clown?
Oh, there you go. Everyone loves clowns, and these clowns represent the spirit of volunteerism that is alive and well in southwest Michigan. These clowns are volunteers here to entertain the thousands of spectators drawn to one piece by this fine parade, Terry.
And look, we have there that Sideline Sam from the College Football Hall of Fame in beautiful downtown South Bend.
Now, Sideline Sam stands about 7 feet 6 inches tall and weighs in at 210 pounds. He was born in South Bend, Indiana on March 20, 1998. He grew up fast.
Must have been taking vitamins.
Oh, yeah. His favorite color is green. His favorite TV show is Coach. And his favorite food is hot dogs, of course.
All right. Okay, Sam, thanks for coming by. I'm sure you'll be back next year. Now we have the Hartford Indian Emerald Vanguard. They're a great band here.
Now, Vincent E. Benzini and Jonathan Lowry, the snappy group from the community of Hartford. Welcome, Hartford. They are 64 strong and wear emerald green and white uniforms. 12-member flag corps. This group has a Division I rating from the SWMBOA Marching Festival and a consistent high placement in the NCBA Marching Competition. Lots of honors there.
Absolutely. And of course, the band leading the way for their community's float, the community of Hartford.
Hartford is surfing USA in the Grand Floral Parade today. Joe Cool surfs the USA while riding on the Big Pearl as two dolphins playfully lead the way to a beach of beauties and fun. The tow vehicle is covered with hundreds of new Indian paintings, hand-planted by committee members. And Miss Hartford is Amber Williams. Her first runner-up is Chris Johnson. Second runner-up is Jessica Patton. Miss Congeniality is Jessica O'Neill. And, of course, we can't forget the finalist, Jennifer Pruitt. They're all joining her.
And here we have the Silver Beach Carousel Society. That's right, carousel music, the happiest music on earth, say Judy Carnes and Barb Post, two of the biggest supporters of bringing the old Silver Beach Carousel back home. Riders are all members of the society that has set this lofty goal, and we wish them luck. This entry features a miniature carousel, beautiful horses, and it kind of reminds you of the good old days down at Silver Beach. I think you and I are a little too young for the good old days. And right now we're going to be showing you the Galeen Gales Marching Band. I kind of have an affinity for anything Gale because it's short for Gaelic.
True, the Galeen Band is directed by Lynn Koretzes, and she leads this four-member musical march unit preceded by 4 flag carriers, which wears white slacks topped with white turtlenecks and sparkling blue vests.
And you're getting a better view of the Gales Marching Band from News Chop 16, and quite a view of the crowd here. I would have to estimate how many people, but tens of thousands of people happy out here today, Tiff.
Oh, the crowd is just enormous. I mean, like I said, people came out here early. It's a beautiful day for the parade, and they're sitting back and enjoying the festivities. And coming up is Miss Galeen and her float.
That's right, Miss Galeen, Stephanie Jackson, the first runner-up. Casey Trapp, second runner-up. Jen McRide. Their theme, a musical tribute to glory. And that is Miss Galeen right there, Stephanie Jackson. And boy, say the sun's shining brightly on her today, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, she's enjoying her moment in the sun.
You know, Tiff, this is, I think, worth mentioning again. The theme of this whole thing is Say It With Music, and one of the kings of music is here today.
Who?
Well, it's not Chuck Freeby, but he's with Chuck Freeby.
What do you mean by that, Terry?
Who could it be?
Hey, this is straight from my list of big interviews. It's Elvis, ladies and gentlemen. What have you been doing with yourself for the past 22 years?
Hiding out.
Elvis has been hiding out. Elvis, what's your favorite tune?
American Trilogy.
Can you give us a little bit of that?
Oh, well, oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times they are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixie Lane.
Well, he's not in the land of cotton, but in the land of blossom. There you have it. It's Elvis.
Thanks, Chuck. And behind Elvis is the Dowagiac Central Middle School Marching Band.
Yeah, this marching band won an honorary position in the Grand Floral Parade 7 years in a row as the sweepstakes winning band in the youth parade.
There's News Chopper 16 overlooking that base. Waja Central Middle School marching band. And boy, they look great from up above too, Terry.
And yeah, I tell you, I love any version of Louie Louie. Just puts you in a festive mood.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're looking at Miss Pawpaw.
That's right, it's Amanda Pyard. And the first runner-up, Veronica Clare. Second runner-up, Jennifer Holbert. And Miss Congeniality, Heather Houston, ride this tribute to the Wizard Oz. And folks, you're not in Kansas anymore. You're in St. Joe, Michigan for the 76th anniversary Grand Floral Blossomtime Parade. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Hi, Mark Young. When it comes to quality windows and doors, the name Anderson is America's leader. Anderson windows and doors are solid built and quality made. And Big C Lumber is Michigan's leading Anderson dealer. For example, buy this Builder Select PS6 patio door from Anderson for just $495. This beauty keeps the elements out and lets all the light in. And this particular Builder Select model is in stock at Big C Lumber. Get the best patio door at the best price. Anderson from Big C Lumber.
If you're looking to catch the big one this year, you need to shop at the big one, Lunkers in Edwardsburg, Michigan. Come enjoy a real outdoor experience indoors in Lunker's newly remodeled showroom, which is double in size. The area's largest hunting and fishing supplier, Lunker provides you with huge savings you can't get anywhere else. Plus, if you haven't seen Lunker's 6,000-gallon Lunquarium, you haven't seen anything. This year, let the big one get away. Lunkers, Edwardsburg, Michigan.
We're back live here at the Blossomtime Parade, and right now you're looking at Edwardsburg marching Eddies.
That's right, representing Edwardsburg Public Schools in Cass County. They're directed by Mary Malone and led by drum major Adam Reynolds. These 43 musicians with uniforms including white jackets with blue and orange trim and blue pants with orange and white trim. The flag members are wearing black pants and silver sequin vests, which shine oh so brightly on this beautiful sunny day. And if you consider the fact that that's the Edwardsburg Marching Band, you have to figure that Miss Edwardsburg is not far behind.
There she is, Miss Edwardsburg. Here she comes, and it's the Phantom of the Opera. Miss Edwardsburg, of course, is Jessica Sims, and she's riding on the Miss Blossomtime float as her second runner-up today. Riding on this community unit, our first runner-up, Crystal Bullock. Second runner-up, Jenny Stanton, and Miss Congeniality, Julie Whipple. I believe that's how you say it. And the Phantom is Kirk Kendall.
Well, I think you did a better job taking a stab at it than I did. And, of course,
now we're going to check out Honorary Grand Marshal Robert L. Brackenridge. Chuck, I believe you're with him right now.
Indeed, we're with the Honorary Grand Marshal. And Robert Brackenridge started as a teacher around here, became a politician. They're trying to make me run here. Robert, what does it mean to become the Honorary Grand Marshal of this?
Well, it's a thrill because southwestern Michigan is a beautiful place to live, and I've had the opportunity to represent these folks. It's just a thrill to be here.
Well, Robert, thanks for joining us. I'm getting in my paces, Tiffany and Terry. They're going to work me hard today.
Chuck Freeby, of course, that the ultimate Chuck's challenge here, having to keep up with that. Man, that was a fast-moving car. This is moving pretty fast, too. This is Cinderella's carriage.
Beautiful carriage. This unit is a fairy tale come true. The perennial accents take Cinderella to the ball, and while the theme song for Cinderella plays, a white Percheron horse, and the horse's name is Dean, and I'm told that actually Dean is small for his size. He weighs about 1,400 pounds, and these horses get up to about 2,000 pounds, believe it or not, Terry. And Dean has...
Unbelievable. That is one beautiful way to get around. Here's another interesting way to get around. This is a 1931 Model A pickup. This wide bed model is owned by Irvin Radke, a perennial visitor to the Blossomtime Festival's Grand Floral Parade. And that is a beautiful automobile. I have a 1980 Ford pickup. I don't think it'll ever be in the parade. It's got great primer all over it.
Well, Terry, I think I hear the sounds of Lake Michigan Catholic High School Marching Band. They're making their way down the parade route.
Yes, you are clairvoyant. The Lake Michigan Catholic Band, directed by Joseph Jarvie. 115 high-stepping marchers wearing navy and royal blue uniforms with that gold-clad overlay, and they sound and look just great.
In fact, I think the song Celebrate. Perfect song for today's festivities.
And perfect for a Saturday, because you usually hear this at wedding receptions. So. This band is actually performed at the Tomorrowland stage in the Magic Kingdom. It's something. And what would the parade be without a float with the Festival Queens?
That's right, Terry. This float is sponsored by the Waffle Festival and the community queens it represents. And they are Miss Bangar, Leah Landry, Miss Bloomingdale, Tracy Lowe, and Miss Heart of Blossomtime, Melissa Streffling of Lawrence, Miss New Buffalo, Leah Jervis, Miss Niles Brandywine, Kelly Schofield, and Miss Three Oaks River Valley, Michelle Schiller.
And I got to believe, Tiffany, that once the parade's over, these girls just want to go somewhere and relax. It must take a lot of effort to get all prepared for something like this, and to spend 2 hours waving.
Oh yeah, and they've been doing it all week, going to all the high schools. Now from Queens to Ghouls, we go to the Niles Haunted House. It's a 1972 Cadillac hearse.
That's right, and this isn't scary. Since 1998, the Niles Haunted House has donated $48,000 to community organizations, nonprofit groups, and college scholarship funds at the Niles and Brandywine high schools. This year, they will welcome their 400,000th visitors since they began keeping attendance records back in 1981. The funhouse for youngsters and Hayride are expected to draw more than 10,000. And from entry, you can see that they are dead serious about what they're doing. This year's entry, by the way, is driven by Bones. He's been working at the haunted house for more than 200 years.
And I got a chance to talk to these fellows before the parade.
Give you a ride right here in the back.
They don't want flowers on that hearse there. They don't need it.
And I'll tell you what we got right here. This is the Blossomtime Car Show winner. That is a 1969 Dodge owned by Phil Mikowski. I think that's what they used to call a Superbird or something like that. They only made about 2,000 of these things.
And it's sharp looking, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, back in 1969, having something aerodynamic was just unheard of. Quite an automobile. And I would imagine that he stores that during the winter.
And coming up, we have the Youth Parade banner carried by Law Enforcement Explorer 602.
Right, and we also have the Youth Parade winner, the Berrien Springs Middle School.
And the float, the Youth Parade winner, is the Benton Harbor area schools. They'll be coming up in a sec.
That's right. Let's listen in on the Berrien Springs Middle School band.
That we found out the winners.
It's kind of a late add to the program that we just were informed of that. Tiffany, as you mentioned, there was also a youth parade as far as the float goes, and that was the Benton Harbor area schools that took home that crown. And we see another shot, News Chopper 16 of the parade right along Main Street here in St. Joe. It will go across the bridge and end up on 5th Street in Benton Harbor. An annual event here, the first Saturday in May the Grand Floral Parade, part of the week-long Blossomtime Festival. And what a great festival it, in fact, is.
We thought we had a good view down here. The chopper has an excellent view.
Yeah, and a lot of folks, as you can see, lined up just enjoying what has turned out to be, and I know it sounds cliche, it is a picture-perfect day to see a parade or do just about anything else outdoors. But, you know, this area is big on tourism, and you can sell a lot of people touring this area with a day like this. And I believe this is, this is the Youth Parade float winner
Here they come.
at the Benton Harbor area schools.
It's the high height.
Yeah, the high height being the theme this year.
Well, right now we're going to go back to Chuck Freeby. He's got the Volunteer of the Year, 1998, I believe.
That's right.
That is right. Thousands of volunteers make this Blossomtime Festival possible. Michael Clemens is one of them. He has designed and built the Miss Blossomtime float the last couple of years. What does it mean to you to be in the parade today?
Well, I'm usually behind the scenes, so this is different for me.
It's a tremendous honor for you.
It's a wonderful honor. I'm the third recipient of this award. So to be chosen, that's great. All the volunteers that they have.
Why do you volunteer your time?
Well, I got into it because my son was Bud Prince, and I pulled the float, and I thought that they needed one, so I just told them I would build it. So ever since then, I've been building it. So.
And if you build it, they will come to the thousands here in St. Joseph.
All right, Chuck Freeby, thank you very much. And the Blossomtime Grand Floral Parade will continue, as you can see. Say it with music. There's more music, and there's much more to come. Stay with us.
At Value City Furniture, you get 3 great ways to save on beautiful furniture for your living room. Buy a great-looking sofa and love seat for one low value pack price. Add a coffee table and 2 matching end tables and save even more. Or get the ultimate in value with 2 designer lamps, all 3 tables, the sofa, and the matching love seat. Value packs from Value City Furniture. The more you buy, the more you save.
Value City Furniture. Just can't do any better.
You want the car you want. You want a payment you can live with. You want to be treated right. Is it too much to ask? Not at Campbell Ford Lincoln Mercury. Get treated right now by Campbell on Ford F-150s, just $267 a month. Ford Taurus, only $59 a month. Or Ford Windstar, just $299 a month. Campbell Ford Lincoln Mercury. The right cars, the right price, right at the state line.
Back here live at the Grand Floral Parade, we're looking at the McCord Junior High School Marching Band.
That's right, the junior high band was up from the youth parade because of their talent. And listen in and you'll know why.
Ronald Evans directs 155 members. They're wearing white sweatshirts with white turtlenecks and black pants. They also march in the Governor's Parade in Lansing each year. Quite an impressive group of kids.
All right, and now we have the Bud Prince and Princess.
Well, the Bud Float is the theme, and it's happy birthday to us. I got a chance to talk to the father, the proud father of the Bud Prince, and let me tell you, he was having a lot more fun than his son had his wave down. Spent several weeks on this float. In fact, one of his sons came up with a birthday cake idea. In 1999 represents the 10th year, the revival of the Bud Prince and Princess pageant. They are adorable. Look how cute they are.
Hey, Tiffany, I believe that's the gentleman you were talking to yesterday, who I think quote was the best thing's ever happened to him.
Oh yeah, he was really excited. It's good to see the parents put so much into it. He's a banker, and he said for the past few weeks he hasn't even had time to think about his job, just working on the float. And you can see why.
And we have another shot of the crowd along Main Street here in St. Joe Benton Harbor, soaking in the sights and the sunshine, of which we have plenty today. It's just been absolutely wonderful. And boy, I hear a funny horn. That's what I'm hearing. You know what that is, Tiff?
What is it?
Tell me.
Well,
I think I know, but you better tell me.
okay,
I'm not sure.
I'm going to tell you, Terry. This is a 1931 Model A Ford Woody.
Oh, a Woody. All right. Now, the owners of this recently acquired classic are Mike and Connie Yore of St. Joe, and the wood is bird's eye maple. See, when we were growing up, the Woodies were made of plastic. This is real wood, and
That's
Mike
a
looks
real
forward.
thing.
Yeah, he looks forward to completing restoration in the next couple of years. And Mike, I'd say it looks pretty good right now.
That horn's working pretty well, too.
And you can see these fire trucks, always an integral to any parade, and these fire trucks, this particular one right here is from St. Joe Charter Township.
Another brightly colored fire truck for the youngsters and the oldest alike to enjoy. Now, this one comes to us from St. Joseph Charter Township Department, like you just said, Terry, and it is a 1984 emergency 55-foot aerial ladder truck with 1,250 gallon per minute power, and it carries 1,000 feet of 5 hose.
That is incredible. And I'll tell you, I bet you can look at some of the faces lined along the street, and those kids probably just, their eyes are bugging out of their heads right now seeing something like that. I know my kids, whenever they see a fire truck at a fire station, they want me to stop so they can get up and climb on it. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do that in our busy lives. As you can see more kids waving. You can see one little kid there with sunglasses on. It is that bright of a day out here today. And Tiffany, without sounding redundant, it really has been just a perfect day for a parade right up here along the lakeshore.
Well, Terry, you know when people have to pull out the sunblock, it means it's a good day.
Is that a Hummer I see there? I think it is.
Is it? Well, of course it is. This is a U.S. Army Reserve unit. It's been entered in the show for support from Miss Blossomtime, Katie Gugash, and Miss Congeniality, Nakia Byers, both members of the Army Reserve.
I did not know that. And as most people probably know in our area, the Hummer, as we call it around here, manufactured by AM General in Mishawaka. And there's another thing that kids really stand up and give their attention to is when they see one of those Hummers, especially those kids who are around 25, 30 years old.
Oh, yeah. And I think this is a Niles High School marching bike.
Yeah. Drum Majorettes Hillary Hussauer and Jenny Howard lead this marching unit from the community of Niles. All 95 members wearing blue uniforms, gold capes, and bearing a block N, obviously for Niles. 12-member Flag Corps wear white dresses, blue sequin vests, and white sequined headpieces. The Vikings are directed by Steve Bizo and have recently returned from performing at Walt Disney World in Florida. Listen in.
Boy, Terry, when I was in high school, I don't remember our band being this good.
I don't remember our band. I've always been fascinated by the guys who play those multi-drum sets. How do you know which one to go to? About the only thing I can play is the radio. And of course, right behind this marching band is the Four Flags Area Festival float.
The sights and sounds of the festivals is the theme chosen by the Four Flags Apple Committee. This year's float consists of a turning carousel and a standing clock depicting the countdown to the new millennium. Wow. And a senior Apple Queen, Leah G. Witt. First runner-up, Sarah Rice. Second runner-up, Tanya Titt. And Miss Congeniality, Sarah Maston, ride with Junior Queen, Amy Advis. And the first runner-up, Misty Johnson. And Miss Congeniality, Alyssa Judy. Samantha Sis, Prince Cody Sis, join them.
And I think we have a few fans out here. Looks like somebody's got a Welcome WNDU poster, although I think they put it down so they can see the real action that's going on around here. But we thank all the folks. They've been wonderful coming up and saying hello to us. And we thank you who have tuned in to watch this live coverage. I know a lot of you have other commitments, may not have been able to get up here today. So we're glad that you tuned in. And Really want to thank our crew, too, Tiffany. We've got about 20, 25 people working this parade, about a half dozen back at the station. We've got 6 cameras here. We're giving you all sorts of shots, including shots from News Chopper 16. And our hats off to our production staff here.
Now we're going to go to Chuck Freeby. I believe he has an antique mail truck, 1931 model A4. Is that right, Chuck?
That is right. The mail must be delivered, and whether it's in a current vehicle or a 31 model A Ford, where did you guys come across this?
This was owned by a guy in Grand Rapids, Michigan that restored it. It took him 7 years, and he had his fun with it and sold it to the Marshall Post Office, and it's on our Postal Museum in Marshall, Michigan.
It sounds like it's running great. How is it to drive?
Lots of fun, but you don't want to go over 30 with it.
Well, it may be a long trip back to Marshall, but it's just perfect for today's Blossomtime Parade.
All right, Chuck Freeby, thank you very much. And the great community of Waterville High School, this is their high school band.
The community of Waterville tells us the 70s said it with disco.
Jennifer Kovac directs the Panthers band. They're wearing black trousers, maroon tops, and 39 marching Panthers. And they are led by drum majorette Jennifer Worley.
Well, here we go. This is a Waterville Lions Club. Now, the community of Waterville that has the 70s said it with disco.
Yeah, their float backs up their theme with a large jukebox with moving records and CDs back then, musical notes. The float is a dance floor with dancers. Miss Waterville, Leah Gautier. First runner-up, Kristen Greiser. Second runner-up, Shea Morgan. And Krista Welty, Miss Congeniality.
And right now we're gonna go to Chopper, up high and above, see what the parade looks like. And we'll be back after these messages with the Grand Floral Parade. Stick around.
If you're looking to catch the big one this year, you need to shop at the big one. Lunkers in Edwardsburg, Michigan. Come enjoy a real outdoor experience indoors in Lunker's newly remodeled showroom, which has doubled in size. The area's largest hunting and fishing supplier, Lunkers provides you with huge savings you can't get anywhere else. Plus, if you haven't seen Lunker's 6,000-gallon aquarium, you haven't seen anything. This year, don't let the big one get away. Lunkers, Edwardsburg, Michigan.
When it comes to quality windows and doors, Anderson is America's leader. Consider this Builder Select 6 patio from Anderson. It's a beauty and available at Big C Lumber at just $4.95. Beauty, quality, reliability. That's Anderson Windows and Doors. You won't find a better one or a better price. By the way, notice how people seem to get the most out of Michiana summers with the patio deck on their house? Well, at Big C Lumber, you get a complete patio deck package starting at just $2.95. And we'll show you how to build it.
Only on Channel 16 will you see live coverage of the Grand Floral Blossomtime Parade in downtown St. Joe and Benton Harbor. Now we are looking at the new Buffalo Bison Marching Band.
This 40-member marching band wears black top with Columbia blue and white jackets with blue and gold stripes. My favorite color. The 10-member flag corps is royal blue skirts and black sequin tops. The director is Jennifer Heislop.
Again, you are looking at the new Buffalo Bison Marching Band. This is part of the Grand Floral Parade, the first of which was back in 1924. Blossomtime Festival itself dates back to 1906. They started the parade. Tiffany, I think I was reading somewhere that the first parade had about 50 units, and so far this year we've at least doubled that.
At least doubled that.
And probably tripled it.
Now here's the Miss Bridgman Committee float. It's the Good Ship Lollipop float, and I got a chance to talk to these folks yesterday, and they were doing some last preps, getting everything ready. It comes to us from the community of Bridgman, and the riders include Miss Bridgman 1999, Heidi Wertenberger. She's a wonderful gal. Got a chance to talk to her yesterday. First runner-up, Jennifer Holt. Second runner-up, Jamie Langfeld. And Miss Congenialities, Christina Christensen and Amber Mark.
And coming up next, the Saladin Temple Color Guard. These, of course, are the Shriners. And we don't have to tell you what the Shriners do with their hospitals, taking care of very sick children. And they always love a parade. And I know Chuck Freeby loves the Shriners because he's always wanted to have a fez, but he's never gotten one.
Well, look at that great hat there.
You see a lot of sequins in this parade, don't you?
And like you said, with the sun, sequence really is shown off with the sun.
Adds to the glitter. Adds to the glitter. Yeah, these are the Desert Sheiks. You heard about these guys? Yeah, these are the Shriners that ride the Harley Davidsons.
Honking their horns for us.
I think they were honking at you. They weren't honking at me, Tim.
Uh-oh. Don't get me in trouble now.
And look at this. We got some Mini T Patrols. These are 18 miniature Model T cars, just like the old Ford. They run in changing formation. The unit's over 25 years old and performs in many parades throughout the summer. Unit directors John Rollins and many drivers are charter members of the Battle Creek Shrine Club. And again, we really appreciate the efforts of the Shriners, and always their attendance is welcome at parades throughout our area. I'll tell you, Tim, I think my kids would love one of those.
Kids and adults alike.
Yeah.
I couldn't see an NBA basketball player in one of these, Terry. Might be a tight squeeze.
Well, unless it were Spud Webb, but I don't think that's going to happen. And, you know, we marvel at the Indianapolis Motorcycle Patrol, and this obviously isn't as dramatic, but these guys obviously spent a lot of time and effort preparing for this. I guess some people never grow up.
Why should you?
Yeah. You know, the wonderful thing about the Shrine Hospital is they're completely funded through donations and solicitations. And so when a child goes to one of these hospitals for treatment, family is not left with a medical bill. It's the tab picked up, so to speak. And that's why the Shriners do such great work, and why it's wonderful to see them at these parades and to let people know the work they do.
Truly remarkable group of people.
Yeah. And these are mini bikes. We go from the Model Ts to the mini bikes. See, when I was a kid, they didn't call them mopeds, they called them mini bikes.
Now, this unit was organized in 1968 and currently has 15 members, Terry, and the members purchase their own bikes and uniforms are responsible for the maintenance and transportation to and from events. And all the bikes are 1972 Honda 70s.
That's right. That would be about my year. My one mini bike experience was probably a 72 Honda. I fell off, hit a garbage can. That was the last time I ever ran one. I don't know if we did mention, these are the Berrien County Shrine Mini Bike Patrol.
And now you're looking at the Berrien County Shrine Club float, Terry.
That's right. Completely self-built float. Was new to our parade just last year. George Nichols and friends are responsible for this effort. And it reminds us Shriners help crippled and handicapped children. And tell us more about that. It's Chuck Freeman. Chuck?
I am with one of the Shriners, Thomas McCoy, and not only am I envious of the Fez, I'm envious of the good works that you do for these young children. If there's somebody out there with a child that needs to contact Shriners, how do they go about it?
They can contact any Shriner and Saladin Temple group from this area. Berrien County meets at the Purple Onion every Friday, and if there's a trouble, they can contact us there or contact our secretary, George Nichols, in the telephone book, myself, from Coloma, or any Shriner living around, and we'll see if it possible can help them in getting them in the hospital or help.
And you've seen the good work that gets done with these kids, Evan Thomas.
Oh, I've visited quite a few hospitals in Michigan, in Illinois, in Florida. I've been all over with it. And we have 21 hospitals that help crippled and handicapped children.
Great job, Thomas. As I said before, I'm envious of the Fez, but I'm more envious of the work you do. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chuck. Oh, there's a clown, Terry. In fact, a Salad in Kalamazoo clown.
That's right. The Kalamazoo chapter brings us a wonderful unit of 12 Shrine Clowns, all members of the Sladen Temple in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Sladen is one of the 191 temples scattered throughout North America. The Shriners, get this, they've helped more than 530,000 children through their orthopedic hospitals and burn units, and there are now 162,000 active patients being treated. 1999 is the 127th anniversary of the Shrine, and the 76th anniversary of their hospital's 3/4 of a century of helping crippled children. Our hats off to them, or should we say, our fez off to them.
And of course, clowns always bring a smile to people's face.
Yeah.
Especially kids.
And patriotic kids at that. I believe this is more of the Shrine contingent, Tiffany. This is the Temple Hospital van, the Shrine Temple Hospital van. This is the van they actually use to transport kids to and from the Shriners Hospital for crippled children. And the particular hospital they do it for is the Shriners Hospital in Chicago. So the Shriners an integral part of this parade and an integral part of helping youngsters with disabilities.
And coming up, Terry, there they are, the Eau Claire High School Band.
And a man from my heart, Sean Malone, directs this snappy group from Eau Claire. Maroon sashes accent the white tops and black slacks worn by this 35-member group. Nick Emanuel, drum major, and 10 Flag Corps members precede this. And again, keeping with our theme, say it with music, we're going to listen to some more tunes.
Once again, there's Chopper 16 flying above the parade route.
And once again, we're hearing, I think, Celebrate. It's a Saturday thing. It's this whole wedding reception deal. Celebrate is big.
You can't celebrate enough, Terry. I can hear it 1,000 times.
And we're looking at the float from the communities of Eau Claire and Sodus in northern Berrien County.
And the float chairperson is Nancy Schilling. She tells me that they are after the sweepstake award again this year with their game, Say It with Mountain Music. The bear-style float, and the float builders have included a bear floating down the river while fishing, mountain cabin with smoke rolling out of the chimney, and an 8-man bear band playing a variety of instruments, including a fiddle and harmonica. And I got a chance to talk to these folks. They really got into it. A lot goes into this float, especially getting those bears to move like they're moving right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese on wheels.
Oh, yes. And featured on the floater, Sarah Jackson, Miss Eau Claire Sodas, and Jamie Feigl, first runner-up, and Steve Amling. And we're getting ready to go to a break. We'll be back with more with the Grand Floral Parade.
At Value City Furniture, you get 3 great ways to save on beautiful furniture for your living room. Buy a great-looking sofa and seat for one low backpack price. Add a coffee table and matching tables and save even more. Or get the ultimate in value with 2 designer lamps, all 3 tables, the sofa, and the matching love seat. Value packs from Value City Furniture. The more you buy, the more you save.
Value City Furniture. You just can't do any better.
April showers bring Mayflowers, and Dussel's Farm Market and Greenhouses is where you'll find Mayflowers and other landscaping supplies this spring. Dussel's full-service lawn and garden center has everything you'll need, from bulk mulch to hanging baskets to hard-to-find perennials, annuals, and nursery stock. Discover one of Dussel's beautiful water ponds. Plus, Dussel's is known for their locally grown fruits and vegetables. Visit Dussel's Farm Market and Greenhouses today, M60 Cassopolis.
Well, coming back, here we are live with the Benton Harbor drill team. Lou Buchanan leads 20 young people from the community in Benton Harbor wearing red and silver outfits. And they're making their way down the parade route.
And this is one talented drill team and spirited. Just listen to these kids. Oh boy, their dogs are going to be hurting by the time they get done with this march.
Oh yeah, I feel it already.
They're moving at a pretty good pace. I'm tired just watching these kids.
They're kids, they can handle it.
I suppose. And you're looking at the Lakeshore Lancer Marching Band.
This 200-member group consistently wins first division ratings in both concert and marching festivals. They performed at Disney World in 1997, and they won 4th place at state championships. First in Huntsville Marching Invitational has consistent Division I ratings at all the MFBOH festivals. They've got a lot under their belt, Terry.
Boy. Yes, they got a pretty impressive resume, I would say. Drum majors are Aaron Moss, Whitney Wade, John Rosbach. They are directed by Lori Von Koenig and Cindy Huff, and they're wearing black pant jackets topped with silver, I think that would be. White Phantom hats top off the uniforms. They're accompanied by 30 Flag Corps members wearing black and gold metallic vests for black palazzo pants.
Gotta love the pants.
Palazzo pants kind of out now, aren't they?
I think you still get away with it in some parts of the country. They might be one of the large bands today that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, well, the average bands we're seeing are anywhere from 50 to 100, but this is almost double the size what we're seeing and hearing. This is definitely a case of more is better, huh?
Yeah. And right now you're looking at Miss Stevensville Committee, the float.
That's right. Stevensville has chosen Flower Drum Song as the theme of their float. The construction includes a South Sea island, an erupting volcano. Heavens. Wow. A waterfall, palm trees, and tropical birds, and flowers on a beachfront. Riders include Miss Stevensville, that's Moss, first runner-up, and Gleff. Second runner-up, and Miss Congeniality, Amanda Griffin. Finalists Jamie Bear, Kennedy, Stevensville Prince and Princess George Botlin, and Jacqueline Ramirez. Let's give them a big hand, folks.
Like we mentioned before, the girls really put in a lot of time. The whole week was the Keys to the City week. They toured all the high schools, put in several hours visiting, talking to students.
Yeah, well, in fact, they paid us a visit at the WNDU station in South Bend. I believe that was Thursday they came in, and all 23 Blossomtime queens, Mr. Blossomtime and his board came into the station. We kind of showed them how we did things at the station. Tried to look as busy as possible. But they had a wonderful time. We showed them the studio, the newsroom where we edit videotape. And, they seemed genuinely interested. And that's the one fun thing I would imagine for the Blossomtime Queens is that they get to see many parts of the area that week. They basically are on a bus tour the whole time.
And I've talked to a few of the queens. They said just getting to meet people from different communities is fantastic.
And this is an antique tractor, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 1951 John Deere. Of course, you don't have to read John Deere to know that. They have that traditional green cast with the yellowish trim. The owner, Roger Jones of the great community of Berrien Springs, riding that old John Deere. And Deere, that is a big one. Man.
And it's slowly but surely making its way down the parade route.
What's amazing about some of these tractors, Tiffany, is that they'll basically go forever if they're well maintained. It's not surprising to see a tractor that's 40, 50 years old. It's not surprising at all to see them, going that long.
So you telling me I need to get a tractor instead of a car, Terry?
Possibly. And we're looking at the South Bend All-City Honor Marching Band.
Ted Lilly and Dennis Gamble direct this band with help from assistant directors Kelly Navi and Wade Amontrout. It is a combined effort of public schools from the city of South Bend, put together just for our parade today. And we welcome our neighbors from Michigan and thank them for their efforts on behalf of the Blossomtime Festival.
And that was nice to see South Bend represented up here. You know, we are divided by a border, but I think everybody in Michiana feels like they're members of one community, and that's really the way it ought to be.
That's the way it should be, Terry.
Absolutely. Let's listen in on the All-City Honor Marching Band from South Bend. And the All-City Band from South Bend leading the way for the South Bend Ethnic Festival, which should be coming right now.
There it is, Terry. They're making their 5th Grand Floral Parade for an appearance. This float represents the Ethnic Festival from our neighbors to the south. That's right, South Bend. Their theme is Music of America. A large map of the United States comes out of an open music book with sheet music. The sides of the float depict a piano keyboard and drums and drumsticks accent the corners of the unit. Drums are made of real seeds and spices, and large black notes and musical instruments are scattered through the float.
And of course, one of the biggest festivals in Michiana is the annual Ethnic Festival. There you can see the Ethnic Festival float. It runs June 18th, 19th, and 20th. It used to be in downtown South Bend, used to be on the 4th of July, but beginning last year, they started holding it along the East Race Waterway. So this is the second year that's along the East Race. Fabulously successful. They had about 120,000 people going to South Bend for the Ethnic Festival. And again, it's June 18th, 19th, and 20th.
And coming up, there is the Coloma High School Marching Band. Nan Bloss is the director for the 31-member unit from the community of Coloma. And they are wearing green slacks with white stripes and white jackets trimmed with green and gold sashes. The Flag Corps members are wearing white dresses with green and gold swirls. And Melissa Mosser is a drum majorette for the Coloma Band.
And we have a little sunshine on the water today, but I believe they're playing smoke on the water.
Looking at Miss Coloma's Queen Pageant Committee is the float.
That's right. The Coloma Pageant Committee has chosen the sound music, fitting right into the theme. That's their musical theme for 1999. Their entry featured 2 swans that rotate and an animated carousel. Miss Coloma, Jackie Bell, her first runner-up, Heidi Hinkleman. Second runner-up, Sarah Davis, and Miss Congeniality, Rachel Harbin, join her on the float. Also riding on today's entry are the Glad Peach Princess, Ella Romeo, and Prince Anthony Kaiser, and just another wonderful float.
And I believe we're going to go to Chuck right now. He has a Blossomtime Car Show winner, Chuck.
Well, a great day to have the top down on any car, but especially this 1948 Willys Jeepster. Steve Schlut is at the wheel. Where did you come across this one, Steve?
I found it in St. Joe.
You found it in St. Joe at a used car lot?
No, in a woman's garage.
Oh, my goodness. How much did you want, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you have to pay for it?
Way too much.
Oh, well, that's all right. Let's keep moving along here, Steve, and tell me how this thing runs.
Runs real good. You want to hear the horn?
Sure. We got to hear the horn. I believe that's a Tiffany Tucker autographed horn right there. Thank you, Steve.
All right. And my question for Chuck would have been, what was he doing in that woman's garage?
I don't know.
Well, this is the Dowagiac Union High School Marching Band.
And Jeff Cuthbert directs the Union High School Band from the community of Dowagiac. Their 84 members are led by drum major Beth Franz, Val Bowles, and Amy Cuthbert. Their snappy uniforms include bright orange jackets, white hats with black plumes, and black pants. And this marching unit placed first at the Kennewa Hills Nighttime Classic and second at the Otsego Field Show.
And you can see why. They are razor sharp. Tiffany, listening to this and seeing the crowd, I don't think we've had too many people going home early today.
Well, no one's going home early today. They're still right here catching all the action, Terry. And of course, those of you at home who were able to make it out to the parade, you're probably watching from the comfort of your home and your living room, kicking back, watching the Grand Floral Parade on a lovely Saturday afternoon. Wajak float?
That's right, Music of the Islands. This float built by the parents of Miss Wajak in court. Sarah Fox is the queen. She's representing Wajak this year. Her first runner-up, Tasha Zaman. Second runner-up, Jody Walker. Miss Congeniality is Joan Dernan. Finalist, Katie Sieferlein and Sarah Means join them on the float today. And once again, another contingent of lovely, lovely young ladies. And quite, I'm sure their parents are of all of them.
And these girls, they are going to remember this for the rest of their lives.
I think so. I can't imagine how you could remember an event like this. And, you know, someday when they're sitting around the fireside at Christmas and, you know, one of the grandkids say, "Grandma, you were a beauty queen?" "Yes, I was. Way back in the 20th century.
Lots of stories to tell. And that Terry, I believe that's Bobby Backward.
Oh, I think that's Chuck Freeby's personal favorite is Bobby Backward. This is incredible. Now, what does this guy do?
Now, Bobby is, actually his name is really Robert Rosenthal from Michigan, and Bobby got his name from always riding his bicycle backwards.
Oh, well, I guess I should have figured that out on my own.
Now, he's been in the parade.
I thought maybe put his clothes on backwards.
Uh-oh, we don't want that. And I'm told he's been in the parade for many years. And we're going to go to Chuck Freeby, who has the honorary Grand Marshal, Sharon Weeks Wilder. Chuck?
Indeed, Sharon Weeks Wilder is not only a tremendous gospel singer, but a tremendous person. You started a program in Benton Harbor that has really taken off. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, in 1992, the Lord blessed where we started our lock-in program at the State Theater, and we just thank the Lord that the vision is still alive. And here today proves, you know, that my work is not in vain.
Well, you've had over 4,000 kids come through that program. It's got to be very rewarding for you as well.
Oh, yes, it is. Over 4,000 kids have come through, and we have many more yet to reach.
Well, I'm sure you will do it. You're doing a great job. Sharon Weeks Wilder, the honorary Grand Marshal. And Terry, I wanted to ask Bobby backwards, parade backwards, do like it is what?
Right now we're looking at the Berrien Springs High School Marching Band.
It's directed by Rick Wiltsey, the unit, 56 musicians strong, drum majors Ryan Herman and Jennifer Kalo. They lead a flag corps dressed in white bodysuits and white, here we go again, palazzo pants with with headbands, suspenders, and cummerbunds. Let's listen in. And, of course, leading the way for Miss Berrien Springs on her float.
Fantasia is the theme for the Berrien Springs entry in today's parade. Caitlin Jipkema, Miss Berrien Springs, and first runner-up Jessica Gray, second runner-up Kelly Freitag, and Miss Congeniality Rebecca Miller all ride on the float. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Mickey Mouse, casts a spell on the magical brooms dancing on a piano keyboard. Spellbound magical characters dance on both sides of the float.
Wow, that is an incredible float. That one took a lot of effort. And you're looking at that wonderful float from Berrien Springs, from News Chopper 16. As a parade, well, it's winding up here on Main Street in St. Joe. Going to cross the bridge and head over to Benton Harbor. We're gonna toss it to a break right now, but we're gonna have more of the Grand Floral Parade in St. Joe, Benton Harbor, right through the big break. Stay with us.
When it comes to quality windows and doors, Anderson is America's leader. Consider this Builder Select PS6 patio door from Anderson. It's a beauty and available at Big C Lumber at just $4.95. Deep quality reliability. That's Anderson windows and doors. You won't find a better one or a better price. By the way, notice how people seem to get the most out of Michiana summers with the patio deck on their house? Well, at Big C Lumber, you get a complete patio deck package starting at just $95. And we'll show you how to build it.
If you're looking to catch the big one this year, you need to shop at the big one. Lunkers in Edwardsburg, Michigan. Come enjoy a real outdoor experience indoors in Lunker's newly remodeled showroom, which is doubled in size. The area's largest hunting and fishing supplier, Lunkers provides you with huge scenes you can't get anywhere else. Plus, if you haven't seen Lunker's 6,000-gallon Lunquarium, you haven't seen anything. This year, don't let the big one get away. Lunkers, Edwardsburg, Michigan.
And welcome back to Channel 16's exclusive coverage of the Grand Floral Parade, part of Blossomtime Festival. And, hey, the theme this year, Say It With Music, and that's just what the Buchanan High School Band is doing.
In fact, the director, Eric Olson, he is the leader of the 63-member marching band. Their uniforms consist of black pants, maroon coats, and white hats with plumes. Nathan Hall and Andrea O'Brien are the drum majors. The unit also includes a 10-member flag corps wearing maroon dresses. And they sound good, Terry.
They do. Maroon looks good on a sunny day, wouldn't you say?
I would agree with that. I think anything looks good on a sunny day.
And you know that Miss Buchanan can't be far behind.
There she is. Red Hot Country is what you will hear coming from this entry from the community of Buchanan. And Miss Buchanan, Lacey Patillo, riding on the Miss Blossomtime boat today as first runner-up. But Buchanan's first runner-up and Miss Congenialia, Jakia Wade. Second runner-up, Megan Eaton, and finalist Tiffany Lanine make up their riders. Unit features a big red barn, a large cowboy boot, a guitar, and a cowboy. Lots of interesting things on there.
I really like that car. Is that some kind of Model A or Model T look-alike? This has been a wonderful day to bring the family out here. I think Chuck Freeby may have been able to find at least one person having a good time. Right, Chuck?
Oh, that is right. One of the great things about television, as you know, Terry, is the ability to get instant feedback. It's now time for our critics who are here every year, and they know how to play the game. If you want to get on TV, bring your own banner. What's your review of the parade so far?
Oh, I love it. The weather couldn't be better. We're just having a real good time.
Any favorites so far? Any favorite floats, bands?
Oh, that Fantasia one. I can't remember which community it was, but that was beautiful. Benton Harbor Band's always good.
And to give equal time to both genders, sir, so far your review of the parade.
It's been fantastic.
Any favorites?
Any favorites? I like the ones with all the queens from the parade.
I'm sure you do. Hey, in the words of Boz Lumber, don't forget to wear sunscreen, sir. You might want to go straight to the aloe vera. Terry, Tiffany?
All right, and Chuck, point of information, that was Berrien Springs that had that Fantasia float, and it was an absolutely stunning float.
Now, right now, we're looking at, what are we looking at here, Terry? It's the thank you banner.
Yeah, well, you know they have those thank you banners here, and this one is being carried by the members of the St. Joe Palm Squad. The Blossomtime Festival wish to express their sincere thanks to the Whirlpool Corporation and Sears Brand Central for their generous support in making today's Grand Floral Parade possible. And Tiffany, I believe we are seeing, hey, home field advantage. It's Miss St. Joseph and her card.
That's right. This boat brings a perfect visual depiction of Beauty and the Beast. Everybody loves Beauty and the Beast, and the beauties are Miss St. Joseph Carrico, and first runner-up Kathy Rogoski, and second runner-up Becky Dudding, and Miss Entrepreneur Sean Taylor. The float features animated characters from the Disney movie, and like I said, everybody loves Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I can say, quite honestly, I've seen plenty of beauties, but no beasts. And I believe it's Mr. Blossomtime, and I know that Chuck Freeby is going to want to talk to the first runner-up. Go ahead, Chuck.
You got to believe I'm here with Mr. Blossomtime. I'm hijacking this car. Actually, we're here with the runner-up for Mr. Blossomtime. Talk about how you got elected for some.
Well, my queen came up to me and she asked me if I wanted to be in the Mr. Blossomtime pageant, and I'm like, sure, I've always wanted to do it, and one of my buddies just wanted to, I didn't really want to do it, so I'm like, sure. So out of 44 guys, I was second runner-up.
And your queen, you are from?
St. Joseph.
Okay, and I've seen your queen. You should follow what she has to say. She's a very attractive young lady.
She's a gorgeous lady. I love her to death. She's one of my best friends.
Talk about what it's been like to be Mr. Blossomtime and participate in all the activities.
Just the fashion shows and everything. It's just been fantastic. I got to meet a lot of people, and it's just been great. I just had a great time with it.
I think the highlight of the parade so far, being in the car with me. Back to you, Tiffany and Terry.
All right, Chuck.
That was David Christopher, of course, with Chuck Freeby. And now we have the St. Joe High School Marching Band. Again, the hometown favorite right here.
Yep, from our host community, St. Joseph, is directed by Mark Harigan. The assistant director is Aaron Engelman, and Alan Thiessen and Robert Funk are the drum majors leading this 130-member group. Band members are wearing uniforms of navy trousers, navy, white, and gold jackets with SJ St. Joe on the back. White shoes and hats with white plumes, and the 12-member flag wears navy crushed velvet dresses with gold accents and gold sequin headpieces. Lots of colors going on there.
I bet the dry cleaners in this area were extremely busy this week. I mean, this isn't something that you throw in the washing machine or vacuum, throw it on the rug and vacuum.
And just think, I didn't even bring my clothes to the cleaners this week, so they weren't busy for me.
And different when you see the St. Joe band and you see the squad cars kind of tailing behind, that can mean only one thing, that this wonderful parade is coming to an end. But certainly the fun here this weekend is not coming to an end. A lot going on. You've got the carnival on Silver Beach. You also have the lawnmower races later on today. I believe they're at 3:30. So we just so much going on, and it doesn't end with this wonderful, wonderful parade.
That's right. Those great lawnmowers, that'll be at 3:30 Michigan time, and it's going to be in the Whirlpool Field by the bluff at the end of Baroda Street, and that'll take place after the parade today. And later on tonight, the Blossomtime Tailgate Party. That's 5:30 to 10:30 Michigan today at the Lighthouse Depot Brew Pub. And it's about $15 I think, per person for everyone to enjoy a nice buffet dinner. And then our crew.
Yeah, you're looking at some of our crew members. That's John O'Sullivan, of course, who has worked at Archbishop for years, up on that cherry picker. He's been getting those great shots from above, right down the middle of Main Street. Done a great job. We want to thank Dave Linarello, who has been Tiffany's photographer as well as mine. Phil Mark out in the field. Randy Armstrong also perched up there. We want to thank Joe Tucker, Eddie Jackson up in News Chopper 16.
So Mark, of course, we can't forget about Phil.
No, I think I mentioned Phil.
Yeah, everybody, they just got out early today. And of course, we want to thank Randy Armstrong. Can't forget about Randy.
Yeah. And we want to thank Mick Wright, who's directed this. Done a wonderful job. And I think Tiffany and I want to have offer special thanks to Doug Story, our producer, who actually sat down with us about a week or two ago, and we went over a lot of things. And Doug said, hey, just have fun out there, look at the pictures, enjoy yourself, but tell people some things they don't know. And so Doug inspired Tiffany and I to do a little research, and that's why
we
were throwing you a few tidbits here and there, but it gives you a better understanding of what this community is all about when you do a little research about it. And this is all about right here, folks, is a community coming together for the largest, actually it's the oldest multi-community festival in the state of Michigan. In fact, it inspired festivals, the Tulip Festival in Holland and the Cherry Festival up in Traverse City. So there's a lot of history, 93 years of this, a lot of history, a lot of support in this community. And Tiffany, we can't say enough about Whirlpool and Sears Brand Central.
And we're going to get ready to go to Chuck. Chuck?
is right. We're along the sidelines of the parade where people are getting ready to pack up, but these folks came as early as 6:30 this morning, I understand, to get set up. So I got to ask you, was it worth the wait?
It was worth the wait. I live in St. Joe, and every year it's the most beautiful sight you can see. I used to live in Elkhart, and to be living next to Lake Michigan and have this atmosphere is wonderful.
Well, it's nice to go from one tropical paradise to another, Elkhart to St. Joseph, but
Elkhart's great too. I like Elkhart.
there's the question. Elkhart's great because that's where I'm from originally. But let me ask you, what did you like best about the parade today?
Oh, I love the children, the kids out here in the band. Just work so hard every year. I live in downtown St. Joe, and for the last month, they have been marching down the streets practicing. So the dedication is excellent. I just can't believe it, and the spirit's wonderful.
And how about floats? Was their favorite there?
Wonderful. I'd have to say Berrien Springs, and what was the other one we saw?
Well, the Fantasia float from Berrien Springs. It seems to be the most popular. We'll see if it winds up winning an award. The band won an award today.
I loved it.
Thanks for sticking around a little bit after the parade. And Terry and Tiffany, back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Chuck. Obviously, everyone enjoyed this parade. A beautiful day, and right now we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back.
That's right. Channel 16's coverage of the Grand Floral Parade continues in just a moment.
At Value City Furniture, you get 3 great ways to save on beautiful furniture for your living room. Buy a great-looking sofa and love seat for one low-value pack price. Add a coffee table and 2 matching end tables and save even more. Or get the ultimate value with 2 designer lamps, all 3 tables, the sofa, and the match love seat. Value packs from Value City Furniture. The more you buy, the more you save.
Value City Furniture. You just can't do any better.
You want the car you want. You want a payment you can live with. You want to be treated right. Is it too much to ask? No, you can't afford Lincoln Mercury. Treat it right now by Campbell on Ford F-150s, just $267 a month. Ford Taurus, only $259 a month. Or Ford Winston, just $299 a month. Campbell Ford Lincoln Mercury, the right cars, the right price, right at the state line.
1999 Blossomtime Grand Floral Parade has been brought to you by Value City Furniture. You just can't do any better. Lunkers in Edwardsburg. Come and see the famous 6,000-gallon luxurium and their spacious new addition. And Big C Lumber. We're more than lumber, with locations in Michigan and Indiana.
And we're back live for what I guess will be the closing moments of this parade and our coverage here. And, I think we left out a couple people we've been thanking. Kenny Bird, who does our audio, as well as Dawn Rose, who is helping out Chuck. In fact, got me my lump, so I have to
you have to thank her.
I have to thank.
I saw that hamburger you were eating.
Yes, and we've just had a wonderful time. And Tiffany, I want to thank you. Boy, I'll tell you, I couldn't have done this by myself.
Well, Terry, it is an honor, like I said, to be with you. I'm kind of new at this. And you made me feel comfortable and at ease, and I want to thank everybody in Michiana. This has been wonderful. When I first came here, I heard about Blossom Time, and now I know why. It's a wonderful parade and wonderful festivity, and I hope folks here enjoyed it and the folks at home enjoyed it.
And we want to now say goodbye, and as we do, we want to show you the names of some of the people, of all the people, actually, who made this entirely possible. Have a great summer. We'll see you back here next year.
Hey, folks.
An NBC